Welcome back, everyone. This is Miss JD once again for our part 2 of our daily stock market insights Sunday episode. So, thank you guys for those people who may have already watched my first video today. I have already created my initial insights for these stocks: SPNAC, DITO, ASEN, MBT, BDO, and MOND. Okay, so for those people who have already watched, thank you. And for those people who dropped a comment here, I've read all of them. And that's the reason why I'm creating this second video, so that I can analyze the requests that you guys have dropped in here. In the meantime, if this is the first time you're watching my video, I am Miss JD. I do review stocks, cryptocurrencies, and sometimes stocks in the US market. So I hope you're enjoying this kind of video. So feel free to hit the subscribe button if this is the kind of video you want to watch every single day. Okay, so I'd like to first of all recognize some of the comments here. Benjamin, thank you. Benjamin is also a YouTuber. He does review stocks as well, so you can drop by his channel. John, yeah, you're welcome. PSE Green Wolf, welcome back, ma'am. JD, TECW for VCAT, Marianne, BPI and MEG, Converge for Lisa, and Avelino wanted me to talk about the banking sector. Okay, so probably I can quickly discuss my thoughts here. And Avelino, just a heads up, I'm not an expert in fundamentals. I will still base my insights on the technicals using the tool that we have here, which is Investograms. Okay, so let me go ahead and talk about the banking sector. What I can see here, so what I did here from our Investograms, I did go to the market summary, and then from here go market summary, and here you'll find a snapshot of how the different sectors are performing at any given time. Well, to begin with, here you'll see that last Friday we have 33% of our stocks went on a positive, or ended positive, with some increase in price, and 97 stocks, which is 42%, declined. Okay, so if you go ahead and scroll down, you'll see some of the sectors here, and here would be the finance sector. So if you want to understand the overall performance of that sector, you can just click this, and you'll see that for the past few days, foreign buying has been highly observed in this sector. Only last Friday where we had some foreign selling. And comparing it with the buying that you have here, look at the volume. 167 million, 271, 85. The selling that happened here is very minimal compared to the buying. So they're not yet fully exiting. But let's try to understand how our graph would look like, right? So you see how our index is forming at the moment. It's somehow very, very closely related. I mean, the look of our chart is very similar. See that? Okay, 2 days of green. 2 days of green. It's very similarly looking chart for our finance sector and the index as a whole. So what I can see here is that at the moment you had some profit taking, but let's see, let's try to put a Bollinger Band and our RSI as our indicator. All right. Okay, so what I can see here is that very slowly our overall trajectory here is still on the upside. But if we are going to have some more declines, it's not going to be very huge drop, because we are already moving above the MA20 line. So if some of our stocks would in the banking sector would decline, most likely it is positively correlated to how the index is going to perform. So if I mentioned earlier that we are just going to have a slight pullback for our index over here, chances are we most likely will have the same movement here. And what I can see here is if it will pull back, this is collective performance, okay? If it will pull back, the drop would be very close to 1,633 level. So just expect some slight retracement for some of the banks that you have in your portfolio. Okay, but we are already starting to move higher and higher. We are recovering. So this is really good because, despite the spike in the COVID cases that we have in the first month of the year, this shows resiliency in the economy. We're able to move higher and creating some higher highs. See that? This is the previous high. Slowly we're moving up, but look, while we are moving higher, your RSI is also declining. That means we might experience some pullback and profit taking along the way. Okay, so expect that. Don't expect a linear straight line going up for our banks. You will have days when profit taking will happen. But overall, especially when you know the fundamentals of the bank you're engaged in, don't worry about these days where you have reds. Those are days when you should be thinking, I should be adding more, because of course those are our opportunities to buy these stocks at a much lower price. But overall, my sentiment is the fact that we're above the MA20 line. Those pullbacks are going to create higher lows. Okay, higher lows meaning when you have higher lows and higher highs, that's a basic component of an uptrend. You're now following an uptrend channel or respecting the uptrend channel, right? You see that? So if it is going to go up, great. The color is so hard to see. Let me change the color here. Settings, let's make this blue. Okay. So if it is going to go up, so it might create something like this. Okay, let me just draw that. So create a higher high, higher low, higher high again, higher low. So that's my overall view of how our financial sector will be moving. All right. Okay, so that's my overall take of the banking sector. Now let us go to our next request. Let's come here. TECW. Okay, let us close this and change this. Okay, TECW. Oh, nice. I like what I'm seeing for TECW, right? From a constricted Bollinger Band, we went, technically it went extended for several days. Actually, it started on the week of, December 29th. For several days, we were just moving sideways, no volume. But notice what happened last Friday. The volume went above this cloud, which is your average, and started triggering the upper Bollinger Band with a 5% increase. So that's a good sign. We might see a change in direction. Okay, you already have a buying sentiment that's happening at the moment. So I see anywhere between 0.88 to 0.93. That would be your accumulation area of purchase if you want to buy. So around that, okay, it's a line. I mean, it's an area, so it could be a little higher or lower. Slight overshoot is expected. Could be either lower than that or a little higher than that. But the good story here is that we are triggering the upper Bollinger Band with a slight increase in the volume. So let us see if we are going to have a continuation. But my take here is there will be a continuation given that we already have an extended period of decline here. So it has already reached the saturation point. You see, at this level over here, you're at the oversold, and then all of a sudden, this happened. But notice, even if that's a huge increase, but there's no volume, that the result is you still had that sideways. Okay, so what we want is, as we go higher and higher, the volume is also increasing. So that's something to monitor here. For instance, this one. But I am plotting it at 0.87 because, when you have significant moves, 1 day change, or a significant change in the price increase or the price action, normally the next day there will be some retracement. People, especially the traders, they are taking profit. So just provision this area as a support, so in case you want to buy, if you can watch the market, even good. If not, just place your order somewhere near 0.87. But definitely, you have a long way to go. This is your very small risk. Your reward is very big. All right. Next is, and that is for VCAT. That was a good catch. BPI and MEG. Let us see, because earlier I talked about the banking sector. Let's see how BPI behaves. Okay, BPI is also right at the resistance area, as you can see. So it is supporting our insight that indeed we are very near a resistance level and at the profit taking area for our banking sector. So yes, it declined because people are taking profit. Our investors, foreign investors, are taking profit. They must have accumulated somewhere here and they're already taking profit. Now, first area to closely monitor, of course, your MA20 line, somewhere here. Let's do the weekly chart so that less noise. Okay, so this is where I see that. Right here. Okay, 90.45 or 90.28. So that's the area I'm looking at as our, wow. Yeah. Okay. So there's a big possibility that we could even drop up to 90.28. All right. See this? If there's a double bottom, there's a double top. Okay, this is your first, and then this is the area of your second. But notice when we reach the same level in terms of price, the sentiment is already declining. That means people feel that that level is already starting to look expensive, or it's already an expensive level. So people are already taking profit. But of course, if you're a long-term holder, you would just hang in there and hold even longer. And these drops that you will see are just part of the game and an area to add more. Okay, so my next stop for support, of course, you have to check the MA20 line, because who knows, we can we can also just bounce right there. But in case this next drop is okay, I'll just plot the MA20 just to consider in the short term. Okay, those are the areas. See that? MA20, and then this is the next stop, 90.28. So overall, 1 to 2 days, I see another red for this one. MEG. MEG is also retracing. Chances are we will be touching. What I'm anticipating or looking forward to would be a long wick touching the MA20 and then just simply bounce. Because so far this looks more of sideways to me. Yeah, this is what you can do. Maybe let's do a weekly. Yes. You can do a weekly just so you have a cleaner view of your chart. So the daily chart is looking a bit noisy. Okay, and then let's move this up over here. There. See this? So this is your triangle. This is your ascending support. Each time it drops in this level, it follows the line that we have here. That's the channel that it is following. And then you have your resistance right here. So I'm thinking in the next few days, you will just have some small movements here. And then whichever is the line that will be broken first, then that is the next direction it'll be taking. But between it dropping some more, I'd say the possibility of it breaking to the upside would be a little higher. Okay, you already have some foreign buying that happened last Friday, even though it was a red. Foreign buying is already happening. They're already accumulating because look at this. Oops. You have, it's starting to recover already. It's coming from these significant drops here. Okay, so next resistance, if it breaks this, maybe I won't plot the next resistance for now because this is what we're closely monitoring. This over here, the nearest resistance. Let's try to observe that. So if you're using other chart, try to also marry the insights that I have here with your chart, because some people are using MACD. You can also use that, but I try to just limit my indicators to these so that it's easier, faster, because sometimes if you have so many indicators, it cloud your decision making, so it takes a while before you can decide, especially if you're trading intraday. You have to really think fast and analyze your chart fast. Okay, so this is what I see. To draw this is your resistance up here and this is your support up here. So as we go near the edge over here, the movement's starting to become smaller and smaller, and then chances are this Bollinger Band is going to probably restrict, become closer, and then whichever is going to be broken first, that's the next move. Either a full bounce to the upside or a breakdown in price. Next is Converge. Interesting. Starlink, was it Starlink? There's a news about Starlink already. Let me see. I saw that in Inquirer earlier. Starlink venturing in the Philippines through Converge and TBGI. So we'll see if it is going to really create that movement for our Converge over here. But let's see. Let's try to check our Converge first. This is your weekly. We're now moving in, below the Bollinger Band. MA20 line. So I'd say we have some weakness that's happening here. This is your resistance. Your MA20 line is your resistance. So what you can probably do is hold on to your buying power. Okay, wait for that perfect timing to add more, because at the moment this is what I see. We can just have range trade, do range trading for now. This is the area where this stock is currently moving at, with MA20 as your nearest resistance here, right over here, something like this. Okay, so between this is your resistance, and then probably drop up to this level over here. But overall, I see some weakness. So I think wait for that perfect timing, and it is not that yet. It's not the time to buy. Okay, we're slowly entering the bearish zone for Converge. Okay. Now, So those are the stocks you guys have requested. Let me see the rest. Now, let me just quickly show you what's happening in the world of XE. Because, I still am very active with XE. So, at the moment, you have experienced a nice bounce for our AXS over here. 7% increase. Okay, hopefully we're already recovering. This is a significant drop here for our AXS. So with SLP as well, SLP is also recovering a bit, but this has already dropped really huge. A huge drop happened. We're now at 0.96 per SLP. So what I'm actually doing here is that I still appreciate the gains that I have for my axes, and what I do is I stake my SLP so that instead of me waiting for my SLP to move up, when I stake it in AXS. At least I get to earn some rewards and some AXS every day. So at least it's earning compared to me just waiting for it to move up, because sometimes I don't know how long this will take to recover, but I'm not expecting a lot for SLP to go back to even the 3 peso 2 peso level. I'm very conservative given that there are close to 3 million users already for XC. So we mint so many SLP every single day, and slight increase in the price would mean people, scholars, taking profit. So then the result, of course, it will go down again. So my expectation, my view or outlook for SLP is it will just go in the 1 peso area, even 0.96 to around this level. I'm not expecting for it to go back to the 2 peso level unless there is a significant announcement or a big announcement in the game updates. So we'll see. But definitely, I'm still bullish with this game. There are so many exciting updates, and the price of the Axis right now in the market super super cheap. So the floor price I believe is already around $40, around 2,000 pesos, and then you need 3 axes to play, so that's around 6,000 pesos. And if you're just going to play the adventure with 50 SLP a day, it will take around 5 months for you to break even. But at least you have already some money making tool that you have there. Anyway, I can talk more about that some other time, but definitely I'm super active in the world of crypto gaming, and and of course our stocks. In the meantime, I hope you guys are having a good rest and a great Sunday, and let's catch up again tomorrow with my next review, and you have a good one. Okay, bye bye for now.